Rides with Chuck. If you're not familiar with that YouTube channel, check him out. Chuck Dare, I've been a fan of his for a long time. He does good work. He'll take you for a ride in all kinds of things, not just cars, airplanes, you name it. But I wrote Chuck an email and asked him if I could use a portion of this video, and he said sure, go for it, just reference it back to him, to Rides with Chuck. So that's what I'm doing, and I will put a link in the description, and check him out. And thank you, Chuck, for letting me use this portion of your video. He talks first about the weather that we had that year in 2009, and how it just didn't slow anybody down. There's still 1,500 cars showed up. And now let's listen in while he talks with one of the Chrome Czars, one of the founding members, who got this whole thing all started.
This show was preceded by 2 days of drizzle, and that morning there was a hard freeze, but none of this could cool the jets of the 100-car pileup followers. By early afternoon, Interstate 80 had slowed to a crawl, and Route 47 had become the Eisenhower Expressway during rush hour. You couldn't get in, you couldn't get out. This was the best 100-car pileup ever.
It's cold. It was actually warmer this morning with the colder temperatures and no wind. But it seems to not keep people away. That's the thing about this show. People are so passionate about this show that it's not just a car show. You don't come here just to look at your favorite car. It's basically like a giant family reunion. People always talk about coming to this and seeing people from across the country that they haven't seen since this time last year, pick up old friendships again. And that's the cool thing about this show, is it's such a family, grassroots thing that people are extremely passionate about it.
People come a long way. I talked to a few vendors, and 2 of them are from California. That's that's a haul.
Canada, Florida, all over the place. A couple years ago, we had a guy in a Model A sedan, kind of a gasser altered type deal. No roof, no windows. It was snowing when he left Minnesota, and he had a great time. That's what the show's about. The show is more about driving your car and hanging out with like-minded people than getting a trophy. We don't do any trophies. It's just for fun.
Yeah, if it's one person, I'll forget.
Someone made a comment on one of the earlier videos I put up tonight, asking if this show is what inspired me to start building these rat rods. Well, I've been bolting stuff together from different parts of different rigs and making them go down the road since I was 15 years old. So, no, not exactly, but I think maybe what they were asking is if this is what inspired me to do the 32 Chevy, the little rockabilly rat. And I had already started it when I went to this show, so it was already on its way. But I mean, I'm sure I picked up some inspiration from this. How could you not, but the rockabilly, I pretty much had in mind what I wanted, but it just kind of gets you fired up. It's not that you take ideas from these guys, but it just kind of gets you fired up, and gets the creative juices flowing. Okay, what we're looking at here is still pictures from the 2009 show, but let's slide on into the 2011 show. I was able to set up. I had a pretty good spot, and I was able to set up and catch these rigs rolling in to that show. If you just picture 2,000 hot rods and 20,000 people all at the same place, it's pretty awesome, man.
Really? Wonder how many trips we'll make back to the truck today. I like that. Yeah. There was a old car went by here and it was shooting water out like it had a radiator leak. Oh, it was shooting out about 10 feet out of the front end of it. Oh, there's other things that could go in.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You okay?